Hello everybody and welcome to a video that I honestly should have made months ago. This is very, very late and for that I do apologize, but I guess it's better to get it done now than not at all. So let's dive right into things and take on that big ol' elephant in the room. The elephant known as no uploads. So for those of you who don't have time for the whole video and just want straight to the point, I'm going to explain stuff later on. So I do encourage you to stick around, but I get it. Not everyone has the time for vlog type things. So I'm just going to give you guys the too long, didn't listen summary right up front and then explain things later on. So no, I am not quitting YouTube, but YouTube is no longer my primary career and moneymaker. And if you would like to see me on a more consistent basis, I would very much encourage you to follow my Twitch channel down in the links down in the description somewhere in that general vicinity. I've basically come to the decision that both for financial reasons and mental health reasons, Twitch is where my focus is going to be in terms of actually pursuing algorithms, doing daily content, stuff like that. Twitch works better for my current lifestyle, whereas YouTube I want to see more as a spot to put more creative projects that I'm very passionate about, but might not necessarily, gel with YouTube's whole algorithm these days. We're gonna get into YouTube's algorithm and why that's a pretty major factor on the decision making happening here. But first, let us go back in time and explain what has led to this point and why I am making this decision. So, like many people, I initially started YouTube as a hobby. In my first year of college, started making the Really Freaking Clever series. I was like, I want to talk about game design, and we did that for a bit. And then, as we all know, I had an April Fool's video, 64 Things Wrong with Ocarina of Time. That went a little bit viral, and for a few years, things were snowballing pretty well. I got a little bit of bonus money on the side while I did, my university stuff and all that. And it was going pretty good. Steady growth. I made a lot of good friends through doing YouTube, and they're still my friends. They didn't die or anything like that. Okay, I need to get back on topic. Basically, I've been doing YouTube for 5.5 years, and the first 4 of those years, everything was going great. I never quite managed to get a handle on the whole consistent upload schedule thing, but people really seemed to like the 64 Things Wrong series enough that it didn't matter. I was making steady growth, and eventually by the time that I finished university, I was pretty much able to do YouTube full-time as a living. I didn't have to immediately try and get a job with my drama degree. I was able to focus on being a YouTuber and kind of do that while also doing acting stuff on the side. So while I am incredibly lucky to be the size I am on YouTube and to grow to that point, an opportunity that many people just, because of the way the algorithm works, they never get to have that chance. I was still kind of on the precipice of where you can make a living on YouTube. And so there was a lot of pressure on me to upload as consistently as possible and make the kind of videos that people wanted to see even when I wasn't being all that consistent with uploads. Which meant that eventually I could pretty much only do episodes of 64 Things Wrong on bigger franchises if I wanted to be able to make rent and groceries and student loans and all of the wonderful things I gotta pay for. Which initially I was fine with. Making dick jokes on the internet, there are far worse jobs out there than that. Even if I wasn't able to have as much variety in my work as I would have liked, it was still a pretty decent gig. But eventually, as YouTube does, YouTube kind of hecked that situation up for me. Over the 5.5 years I have been doing YouTube, I really cannot think of any major updates to the website that have improved things for creators, or at least creators kind of in my field, the edited comedy video game stuff, Let's Playing and all that stuff, that's more arguable if there's been, positive changes for them. But I know that in my group of friends and, sphere of our sector of YouTube, every single change that YouTube as a company has ever made in my entire YouTube career has always been a negative for creators. always. And for a long time, I was like also kind of okay with that. I got it. I realized why YouTube was making some of the decisions they made, even if some of them just seemed like dumbassery. But I got it. I was like, okay, I'll do a 64 things wrong with Fortnite if I have to. You got to do that every now and then. But eventually, over the first few months of 2018, it was starting to become really clear that unless I was uploading way more consistently than my creative process allowed, and unless I was basically only doing 64 things wrong with Mario, Zelda, Fortnite, like the big series, I was not going to be able to make enough to survive, basically. And so that was pretty stressful, and I was trying to brainstorm what I could change on my YouTube channel to kind of deal with that, figure out if, like, there was a way to still be able to make the content that I want to make to get some more variety back into the channel, but still be able to pay the bills and not have to get, like, a regular job or something. That sounds really douchey, being scared of having to get a regular job, but, like, I'm a creator. I want to create. I wanted to find a way to create more stuff for you guys before I started looking into more typical lines of work. Patreon was something that definitely crossed my mind, but this was also happening at a time when a lot of other creators I knew were like starting up Patreons, and it was becoming kind of a crowded space, and I wasn't sure if I could really depend on a Patreon, especially whenever I know that my upload schedule has always been inconsistent. I would have felt bad and like potentially even more pressured if I had like if I had people paying me specifically every month for videos. I wasn't quite okay with that given what I was outputting. So eventually what wound up happening was I got a pretty well-paying brand deal that kind of gave me a bit of breathing room to decide what my future as a content creator was. And so I decided, okay, I'm not going to make a big announcement or anything. I'm just going to take a little bit of time off from making 64 things wrong, and I'm just going to see what I am like creatively driven to make and figure out what I want to do next on YouTube. And during that time off, I kind of rediscovered that I really liked live streaming. I've always kind of done live streaming as like just a side bonus thing to YouTube. I've been a Twitch partner for about 2 years now, but it's only been in the past few months that I've really like super taken advantage of that. And I just decided, well, if I'm taking the time off, I might as well like live stream a bit more, just kind of like test that angle out and see what happens. I did not expect like anything to come from it. I wasn't like, oh, I gotta switch to Twitch over YouTube. I was just like, well, I got a lot of free time now while I try and figure things out anyways. Might as well like give it a shot. Do some daily live streams for a bit. And as it turns out, I kind of love it. So we've been live streaming almost daily for about 4 months now, and again, I super apologize that I did not make an official announcement video or anything like that sooner, but I really didn't expect this to take off in the way it did. But we somehow managed to build a pretty great community over on Twitch, and it is just mind-boggling to me how much better for my mental health, how much better financially, how much better in like every conceivable metric that I could compare doing Twitch and the last few months of YouTube compared to each other. It's no contest. Twitch was just way better for me these past few months than I had been feeling about YouTube. And I need to stress again, I do not plan to quit making videos. There will be more 64 Things Wrong. There will be more episodes of Really Freaking Clever. But with the way that YouTube's treating its creators, I'm seeing zero growth across YouTube. Even when I've been doing really good with my upload schedule or anything like that, YouTube's still sending out my videos to like 1/5 of my subscribers. Not a lot of new people are seeing them. Whereas Twitch has been actively promoting me. We've seen some pretty steady growth. And even like not including donations or any of that bonus stuff, Twitch just it has me in a lot more of a secure place so that I actually can be creative and work on projects that mean a lot to me without having to worry about, oh God, is the YouTube algorithm even going to allow this and stuff like that. So essentially, the bottom line is that my plan going forward, I'm still going to make YouTube videos, but they are going to be the videos that I want to make, that I am feeling in that moment. There's going to be a lot more variety to them other than just the series that you guys know and love, 64 Things Wrong, Really Freaking Clever. I want to make new stuff for you guys. And now that I am streaming daily over on Twitch and treating that as kind of my career at the moment, I don't have to worry about the YouTube algorithm or anything like that. I can make a 64 Things Wrong on a really obscure game without worrying that it's going to completely tank in views or anything like that. So basically, if you want daily content from me, I would really, really be overjoyed if you would follow me on Twitch. Check out some of the streams. I know it's a bit of a different format than you guys are used to from me, but I've been really enjoying it. I think the viewers I have over there are really enjoying it, and I hope you'll enjoy it too. And also, I will say, I really do want this kind of break in uploading videos to end pretty soon. I can't, at the moment, give a definitive date for when you guys are going to get the finale of 64 Things Wrong with Wind Waker, or any of those other series, or when you'll get a new video from me, but I am actively brainstorming. I am actively working on stuff. And I just feel that now that I'm not beholden to the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that, I should only put out content that I'm really proud of and that I think helps me grow as a comedian and gives you guys the best type of content that you could possibly deserve. And I really want to work on making the best possible stuff for you guys. So yeah. And I will say, I completely understand if Twitch isn't your thing. That's totally cool, but I hope you will realize that this is a decision that has made me a lot happier, that has made me a lot more creatively fulfilled, that I'm able to both live stream and work on some side projects in my life and things like that. And I hope that even if you don't watch the Twitch, that you still will like the videos when they do come out on this channel, which I am very much hoping they will be soon. I'm sorry that I can't give you guys a definitive date, but I really just want to make this new stuff the best it absolutely can be and worthy of the long wait that you guys have put up with before I put out another video. So yeah, I guess I'll just wrap this up by plugging the Twitch again. It's links down in the description. So check it out. Whenever this video goes live, I should be live at the same time, and I'm streaming for at least 4 to 6 hours pretty much every dang day. So come check it out. I hope you enjoy. Should I end this with like, 'cause checking out my Twitch should be really freaking clever. Should I do that? More like 64 Things Wrong with the YouTube algorithm, am I right?